Hi, today's video is all about early memories. I grew up in a small town called Fermoy in County Cork. As you can see, there's a lovely river with a lovely bridge over it. As I look back, I suppose with rose-tinted glasses, it was a pretty much carefree childhood where we kind of played a lot and life didn't have many worries for us. I used to play lots of sports with my friends. For example, here you can see Irish sport called Gaelic football. Another favourite was another Irish sport called hurling. That was a really dangerous game. You could get really hurt playing this one if your friends were being a bit nasty. We also used to play a lot of what we called soccer, but most people called football. That was great fun. Everybody in the street used to play together, and we used to have coats down for goalposts. And who can forget rugby? Although my memories of rugby are a bit mixed. I remember it being cold and wet and always bleeding and covered in mud and muck and just wanting to go home and have a bath. I think as a teenager, it was the only time I wanted to have a bath. And we always knew where people grew apples. We always knew where to find the apple trees, and we would go roofing. That was stealing apples from people. I suppose we were quite naughty, but it was great fun getting chased by the owner of the land. Here's a picture of my secondary school. That was when life changed. Things became a little bit more serious and a little bit more strict. My school was an all boys school, but there was an all girls school across the road. And we used to always meet and we'd all end up smoking in little gangs together. It was great fun trying to avoid being caught by the teachers. But if you got caught, you would be punished, and that wasn't the best. There were quite a few rules, but not many of them stick in my mind. I've mentioned smoking before, and there was chewing gum. We weren't allowed to have chewing gum, yet all the tables, the bottoms of the tables were covered with hard chewing gum. And if you got to a table where someone had just been before you and this chewing gum would stick to your trousers, that was absolutely horrible. One of the rules the teachers seemed to favour the most was the fact that we weren't allowed to cheat or copy in exams. If you got caught copying an exam, you'd probably get a zero in that exam. And if you were a serial cheater, you might be suspended. But I suppose the thing that my rose-tinted memory remembers most was those long, hazy days of the summer on the beach at the Atlantic coast, and the sea was absolutely freezing, and my mother used to force me to go swimming all the time. Oof, it still brings a shiver to my spine. And now you, what are your early memories? Did you have a happy childhood? Was it a carefree childhood? What did you used to do? What games would you and your friends play? Did your friends ever get nasty? What were the rules like at school or at home? Did you ever break any of them? And if you did, what would happen? What was summer like?